Greetings, it's Stasiabliss here. Welcome back to my channel. We're talking all things Kundalini and life force energy management. It's an honor to be here with you. We are going to focus on Kundalini and karma today, or the law of cause and effect. How does that work with the Kundalini awakening process? So before we get into it, I just want to remind you that there are hundreds of videos on this channel to support you in your Kundalini awakening journey, however that looks, whether it's your first awakening or your 100th awakening. Lots of yoga meditation videos, lots of videos on acupressure, different ways to support you along the way. I do also body code and emotion code work. We do some mindscaping over here. We do lots of stuff to support you, ancestral healing and whatnot. So if you have any questions, please put it in the comments. If you like what you see here, I encourage you to please subscribe to the channel, like it, share the videos. It really helps me out. And it'll help you out too, because the more people who know what's going on and understand the awakening process, the easier it will be for us to all interconnect and interrelate. The world really needs to understand this process that we are in. It will support the mental health of the planet. So let's talk about karma today. Let's get into it. So karma is the Sanskrit word for the ancient understanding of law of cause and effect. This is just one of the basic universal principles. What energy goes out must come back. It's a basic hermetic law. It's a basic law of thermodynamics, right? Cause and effect, what goes out comes back to you. So in the Sanskrit or the yogic view, this is tracking you throughout lifetimes. But whether or not you believe in that, you can always just look at ancestral lineage and your own lifetime. Although I really do believe it goes much further than that, much deeper than that we're tracking like cosmic cycles here, and especially your participation in them. And all this information is stored in your chakras, which is basically your access points to the Akashic records. And as the Kundalini is penetrating these chakras and opening them and awakening them and blowing stuff out, what's happening is karmic imprints are being exposed for you to either work it out and complete a karmic lesson, or for you to initiate out of, and that's kind of similar, completing a karmic lesson or overcoming the karma or neutralizing the karma, if you will. And that's what certain practices are built for. Like karma yoga is a practice of selfless service, or doing things without the need to benefit from them. But what they ultimately do is they do benefit you because they help to clear negative karmic imprints. Okay, so devoting yourself to service does serve you in that it helps to wipe away past negative karmas. And if you have done things in the past, whether in this life or in past lives, then service acts will help to reduce the negative karma that you might still have to work through as you're going through an awakening process. So selfless service, karma yoga. The second thing that can help the karma is mantra. I love mantra. Mantra is super powerful. It basically shifts your frequency and vibration, and you can think of it as like vibrating out debris in these psychic centers. So mantra is a really powerful way to remove negative karmas, if you will, or accelerate your path through karmas. And you can actually get through a lot of built up karmic residue in each psychic center by working with mantra. Now, some people are like, I don't know if I like mantra, or I don't resonate with mantra, but it's sound. It's using your sound, the frequencies that your body can make your own instrument. I know growing up Christian, I was a little freaked out when I first went to yoga school and everyone's chanting and I'm like, oh my gosh, am I in a cult? Like, what is this? But it really is making sound with your body. It's making the sounds that your body can make. That's the cool thing about Sanskrit, is it is using the very sounds that your body can make. And it's utilizing them in order to move energy in your body. So these are time-honored. They've been worked with for centuries and millennia by those who've gone into deep inner work, inner study. You can call them sages or rishis, or the babas of old, or the sadhus or the saints, those who've really spent the time in service to the divine and in the inner state to hear the sounds and to explore using the voice. So these are really like there for you to use. If you don't like Sanskrit mantras, you can just use the sounds your body can make. So that might be oohing and ahing and umming, and even light language can be a way to move out residue. But if you want to specifically work with the sounds of the chakras, that will help to move the karmic debris that's there. Another thing you can do is work with runes. I'm starting to plug runes a little bit more in all my videos because I'm tuning into my Scandinavian roots, and the runes are magical objects, and also working with the life force energy, and helping me to understand what the purpose of and how to direct these energies. So working with specific runes, especially runes that resonate with you. And if you want to know more about your runic astrology, then let me know. That's some really cool, simple stuff that you can work with to help you move along and connect with your soul path and your emotional purpose and your practical purpose here. So, but runes are really awesome ways to help work with the energies. So karma can show up like in a relationship. So if you're finding yourself in a relationship that seems to be a repeating pattern of another relationship or another circumstance, that's a cue or a clue that you're in a karmic relationship. Those need to find some layer of completion or healing in order for you to clear that karma. And I do use cardology to look at relationships and find karmic relationships and see if the one you're in is one. But you can also just kind of see by patterning that's repeating. So when you know this, and if you use the witness capacity and you can observe, oh, I'm in a pattern, oh, this is a karmic relationship, then you can do the shadow work and the integration work to help yourself initiate out of that. And if you need assistance with that, that's also something I do in sessions with clients. Karma can also, karma yoga and mantra are the most powerful tools that I know of to help clear karmas and help the Kundalini move, because Kundalini in the body is going to work on those karmic patterns first before you can move into a dharmic pattern or a dharmic expression, let's say. Expression is a better word here, which is your soul purpose. So before you can really emanate divine energy through all your centers, you're going to be working through karmic imprints. And that can also be like ancestral imprints, karma that is incomplete in your ancestry line. And we talked about this in the last video of ancestry and healing family wounds. So when you look at your life and you recognize where the patterns are, patterns is another way of saying karma. Okay, if something's repeating, there's a cause effect that's in a loop. And even you can say the death and rebirth cycle is a karmic cycle. It's based on the need to complete karma, to keep going through cause and effect. And liberation, in the yogic perspective or the Indian perspective, moksha is the release from the karmic wheel or the cycle of life, the reincarnation cycle. And so when there's a release from that, then you are living as an ascended being. You are living a dharmic path, soul mission path. You could say you are you've become an avatar, or you've become an ascended being or a master when you have mastered the karma and you're living into your Dharma. You could also say this is an empowered ascension, an ascended being, where you're now not expressing from karma, you're expressing from the eternal present moment in the now. And your human form, your physical form, and your divine wisdom, they are integrated. Now there's positive karma that we can do, we can put into the world, but we're still enacting this cause and effect thing, right? And it may be impossible to completely live outside of karma, outside of cause and effect at this time, right? It requires extreme presencing and extreme being in the now, right? Ram Dass, be here now. Eckhart Tolle, power of now. Lots of the texts speak about the now. When we present ourselves and we're not in the future or the past, we sort of delete this karmic repetition. Another practice that helps us do that is like Kriya Yoga. Kriya Yoga is a suspension of time, if you will. It's also an anti-aging practice. It's a spinal breathing technique, something else I can teach you if you aren't aware of that. It's a Babaji Kriya Yoga spinal breathing. There's different techniques like this that assist us in stepping off the karmic wheel. There's loads and loads of them. I'm just giving you a few examples right now. But to live an empowered life is to live a present life where you're in the now. You are both present in your reality and you are able to witness simultaneously. That's an opened third eye. And so, yeah, if you need assistance with that or you want to know more about that, place a comment or you can send me an email. My email is now below my videos as well as my website. And if I can be of any service to you on this process of empowered ascension, awakening your life force energy and working with it, then please do let me know. Otherwise, I love you so much. Thank you so much for joining me here, Soul Family. And until next time, namaste.